Hi, welcome back to Twin Terror. I'm David.
I'm Gary.
And today we're going to talk about free and fair elections.
Free and fair elections. You know, our elections throughout our lifetime have always been free and fair.
Yeah. Somebody, I think it was Libby I was listening to today. I drove into work today, so I got to listen to Intuitives on the way to work. And I get to listen to so many, I forget who I'm listening to on it because, it could have been Libby on the way in or Susan Lynn on the way home. They had a cartoon of a elephant and a donkey, and the elephant's got a gun pointed at the donkey, and the donkey's got two guns pointed at the elephant. And the caption in the elephant's obviously the GOP, the donkey are the Democrats. The elephant's caption says, "Wait, I thought you were bringing a knife." Yeah, the Republicans have made a great career over the last 20, 30 years of bringing guns to the knife fight and then mocking the Democrats for bringing knives to a gunfight.
Yeah.
And anytime the Democrats fight fire with fire, the Republicans whine about how the Democrats are cheating, and they talk about doing things honorably, and then they go low and they cheat, and who can trust a Democrat anyways? But it's the double standard that they will cheat with both hands if they can get away with it, and if the Democrats call them out on it, they call them whiners. And if the Democrats play the game the way the Republicans play, the Republicans claim the Democrats are the cheaters. It's great logic.
A total case in point is what Gavin Newsom is doing to Trump over Texas. Is basically saying, look, you're going to allow this in Texas. You basically are telling Texas that you're supporting what they want to do. We can do it too. So I'll tell you what, if you call off Texas, I'll call off California.
For those who haven't seen it, Gavin Newsom over the last few days has been posting up on X, and he's been posting up on Twitter in the same way that Donald Trump posts up, all caps, random parentheses for asides, and, thanking people for their attention. And it's been absolutely trolling Trump about Trump's demands that Abbott do a redistricting in Texas. From what I understand of what Newsom's plan is that the California will put a ballot on the initiative for this upcoming November that will allow California to redraw district lines, not using the nonpartisan citizen committee they currently have. The politicians will draw it up, and it will be in effect until basically the next census, or until the 2030 elections. Part of this thing, but one of the caveats with this initiative is it only goes into effect if Texas does their redistricting. So California voters can vote in November saying, yes, we're going to do this. But part of the proposition says it only goes into effect, though, even if you vote for it to go into effect, it only goes into effect if Texas does their redistricting. Yep. So if California voters pass it and Texas doesn't redistrict, then California won't redistrict either.
Hey, can you pause me for just a second? Thanks.
Okay, and now we are unpaused and we carry on.
Yeah, sorry, I had to. There's a family of raccoons that have been coming up and visiting the house, and they were going after Kakuna's food and water bowl outside, and Kitten wasn't having it tonight. So I had to pause to sort of escort the raccoon off the property and back into the neighbor's yard. And Kitten's now on patrol, making sure that he doesn't come back.
Right.
So it's a shame because there's like 5 little baby raccoons and they are absolutely adorable. But, in 6 months' time, they're not going to be so adorable, and they're going to be devastating Kakuna's food on a daily basis. So
sure. I guess you probably need to keep your cat food inside for the next few weeks until they learn that it's not there for the taking anymore.
And the water, because if I leave the
Yeah.
water out there, it's a muddy mess in the morning. So I got to remember to bring that in as well. So Kakuna needs to stay come in the house at night too. So sorry about that. So yes, great summary of what's been going on. This, as Dave was saying, it's the Republicans. I was telling them about this town hall meeting that California Congressman Doug LaMalfa from Chico, he was getting earful from the audience because of Trump and his big, beautiful bill and all the policies that they're implementing. And he was just being completely dismissive of their concerns. It is just like, this guy isn't getting it. He is supposed to represent his constituents. He's not supposed to tell them what it is they want, that he needs them to believe. They let him know what he needs to represent. And if there's some redistricting, this is the type of person that's going to lose his district, because he's getting absolutely lambasted in his town hall meeting, and he's being this arrogant, dismissive jerk. And he even talked about the redistricting, I believe, saying that, California has their nonpartisan commission and they should stick to it. And I agree, they should.
Yeah,
but
they should.
Absolutely.
Go talk to your colleagues over in Texas.
Yep, absolutely. And that's exactly the message that he's going to get if he keeps dismissing his constituents and not trying to stick up for the process that we have. Because the Democrats are starting to realize they can't be nice anymore.
No, we got to fight fire with fire, and democracy requires that when they go low, you punch harder.
Yeah.
No, you don't go high, you punch harder. And eventually they will stop going low because they're going to get tired of being punched.
Yep. So there was a lot of people in the comments that were curious about the elections for the midterms, if they are going to be free and fair. So even though we're, a year and a half out, it's, at least a year plus out. So, but let's take a look at the current energy on the trajectory. Are we going to have free and fair elections for entertainment purposes only? Let's just see what the current energy is on that. Free and fair elections. Well, not the best card to start with, the High Priestess.
There are worse cards.
There are. So it's just, we've got some secrets here. Secrets that need to be revealed. Just ask me the right question. I'll give you the right answer. The knowledge is out there. The challenge is the Six of Pentacles. It seems like what the challenge is that you've got the people in control. I'm going to use the term oligarchs, but I think it's more than just oligarchs. The people who are in control, that have the money and the resources to influence candidates, they're still paying off their people. And that's, so even if it's not a mechanical manipulation, this is your gerrymandering, this is your lobbying, this is buying your congressman. Just how Elon Musk basically bought a presidency for $250 million. That's going to be the challenge to the free and fair elections. Energy underneath it is the Page of Pentacles. It's, you should be valuing the votes, the individual voters, what they believe in. I mean, this goes right back to Doug LaMalfa just ignoring his constituents. In the past, you got the Nine of Swords, just this nightmare situation we're finding ourselves in. There is a lot of speculation that there was manipulation going on in the 2024 elections. But so far we don't have proof yet. And hopefully Rockland will shine a light on what was really happening.
Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait till the third week of September before we ever hear from the Rockland case.
Yeah, we still got a lot of waiting to do, don't we? Current energy is the moon. Confusion, secrets need to be revealed. I guess what this card is telling us is right now we don't know if they're going to be free and fair. The current energy is we're not sure. This is probably related to the Nine of Swords. You know, they're not going to be free and fair if you don't have proof. Overarching energy is the star. The democracy depends on it. It depends, and the whole foundation of a democracy is free and fair elections. And the lesson to be learned is don't let the oligarchs take your vote away from you. You know, this is the Elon Musk paying people to sign petitions, and all of a sudden now all these bullet ballots show up. You know, these are like the oligarchs and the wealthy people lobbying and influencing and buying off politicians. Outcome: the Fool. Going on a new journey. It's a new path. The midterms is an opportunity to start new. I'm getting a whole lot of it depends.
Yeah, I think it's like, yeah, if you don't do anything, then no. You got to do something. Right, and it was probably Belle of the Ranch that was referring to the cartoon I was watching.
Oh,
I was thinking of where was I on my commute and what was I listening to this morning? And it was a lot of Belle of the Ranch on YouTube. Mind you, I listen on YouTube because you know you can start a video before you start driving, and then just click to the next video on it, and it starts playing it, and you hope for the best.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, who's up next?
Yeah. Exactly.
Whenever I let the videos run, it inevitably queues up to Tasting History with Max Miller.
I don't get that one because I don't watch that show.
Oh, you should.
I don't get that showing up on my what to watch next queue because I don't watch that show. Where I want to go with this. Will there be free and fair elections? Do you
want to talk about the redistrict? How the redistrict?
Yeah, will California vote to redistrict? Basically, will the blue states counter the red states gerrymandering with gerrymandering of their own to offset Republican gerrymandering in those states? Or more to the point, it's not even. It's like the Democrats could gerrymander right now, and that's just trying to catch up. And right now, they're just saying, no, we know we'll win the election if you don't gerrymander it even worse than you currently are doing. Nine of Wands, it's waiting. It's waiting and seeing. They're ready to take action. And they're kind of, again, they're daring Abbott to do it.
Yeah, they're tired of bringing a knife to a gunfight.
Right. And it's like, okay, they basically said what the potential of the Democratic states are to do this. And now they're waiting to see if the Republicans will blink. And that's crossed with, the Republican Party, the fake happy family, and crossed with what's best for elections in the United States. Because the Democrats know that gerrymandering is not what's best in the long term for American elections. But if you want to have long-term American elections, you got to do something, because playing by the rules, while noble, while moral, while ethical, will mean that we will lose our democracy. No sense in playing the game by the rules when nobody else is.
Yep.
You don't get a special prize. In the past, you got the Two of Coins, the Republicans weighing things into their advantage and doing that. The Democrats are the majority of the voters in this country, and they're underrepresented by their representative government. Current situation is the Eight of Wands. I do think this is the young guns, or the younger guns in the Democratic Party, showing some fire energy, showing that they're willing to act and willing to move swiftly. And more importantly, they're broadcasting it for other Democrats and Republicans to hear. They're putting it out there. This is not behind the scenes Three of Coins secret backroom deals. This is fire energy in your face We will take strong action if you continue to go down the path you're going down. And we will take strong, swift action. You got the Ace of Swords, the Knight of Swords, Ace of Wands. They mean business. This is not a bluff. Outcome Seven of Swords. They absolutely will do this. If the Republicans continue to try and steal seats, the Democrats will steal them back. And they will steal more seats than the Republicans will. Mm-hmm. And then that guy in Chico may be looking for a job in a couple.
Yeah, little doubt about that. So, will we see a blue wave? Currently, with the current momentum and trajectory, are we expecting to see a blue wave in the midterms?
You would think so.
Okay,
Ace of Swords. Card I got.
Yep, Ace of Swords. The truth and justice. If you fight, when we fight, we win. Maybe they're finally starting to fight because we're tired of the chaos.
Or you're fighting.
It's time to really start legitimately fighting, moving fast and taking swift action, just charging recklessly into battle. The Hangman, changing the dynamic.
Yep.
They're changing their strategy, changing their outlook on things. Because, like Dave was saying, the Democrats, they've always played by the rules. They've always tried to be fair. And, the Republicans aren't playing by the rules. They're not playing fair. And the Democrats are finally starting to change their perspective on it. And they're starting to take their actions. They're willing to bring actions forward.
Fighting fire with fire.
Yeah. So as far as this is kind of just mostly validating Dave's last reading, I guess if they take these actions, yes, we're going to see a blue wave, because this is what a lot of the Democratic voters are really pissed off at the Democrats. They just roll over and give up.
Yeah.
And they want someone to fight. It's one thing to talk about fighting. It's another thing to go out there and actually do it.
Will the Republicans, will the parties in power employ similar techniques that are being investigated in Rockland County in the 2026 election in order to dampen and temper any type of blue wave that comes through? Or have we resolved that? Knight of Swords, Death card. Eight of Wands, the Emperor, and the Hermit.
Boy, I'm glad those are your cards.
Yeah, no kidding. I think the answer is going to be no. As the investigation reveals what happens, there's a crusade to act quickly to prevent a king from mistakenly being empowered, putting an end to the king, death to the king. No more emperors, no more kings. So between all the protests we're doing and what's going on with these court cases, I don't think that the Republicans are going to be able to roll out a software vote counting tally machine to undo this election. I'm hoping that's because the Rockland County case, if Rockland County is legitimately discovers that there's been tampering with the vote counts, it will lead to investigations in other counties, in other states, and it will require a fixing of the elections because people will want their 2026 votes to be meaningful.
Yes.
It's not going to be we can't do anything about it. We just have to do this. No, there's going to be something done about it.
Right. Yeah, it'll be all sorts of court cases going on about that.
Yeah. And you can't, in good conscience, have an election unless you know it's secured and that there isn't some software glitch that's flipping votes from one person to another or ignoring votes, as the case may be.
Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder if when I was doing my read on the blue wave, if that Five of Wands was the outcome of the Rockland, if there's a positive, if there's an outcome that, yeah, there was manipulation going on, that would sure explain the Five of Wands card.
Well, imagine how angry people will be if they found out that, well, we saw what happened on January 6th when they thought their election was stolen.
Yes.
With no proof, no evidence other than Trump whining, complaining, saying it happened. And, we're told to calm down, and there's all sorts of evidence pointing that it did happen. Yeah. Maybe we should start, knocking over garbage cans too.
Yeah, exactly. Fun time.
Good. We'll end it here. Thank you very much for watching this video and supporting our channel. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell. We'll wake you up with a new video at midnight. This one's coming out for Saturday. Leave a comment. I read them all, respond to any. Yes.
Uh-huh.
How about a couple of shout outs?
Okay, go ahead. Shout something out.
Okay. How about a shout out to Christine Boons, Bunes, who made a nice contribution to the channel. Thank you, Christine.
We give you a Six of Wands, the celebration. You're a champion.
And we have someone who wants a special shout out, and that would be June Wagner. Hey, June.
June Wagner. June. Oh, no.
Oh,
Ten of Swords. That's the last special shout out she gets. No, it's the rebirth. The rebirth. We'll get you to come out from the flames of obscurity and back into the zeitgeist.
And then a shout out to Alba in Florida. Hi, Alba.
Alba in Florida.
Yes.
Living her best life in her pajamas on the Adirondack chair.
Clearly living the good life. Yeah. And then Margaret Zeeble from Australia made a very kind Australian dollar.
Okay, I'll turn this one upside down.
A Southern Hemisphere card. Thank you so much, Margaret. Appreciate it. And that's what I got.
No special card for anybody else. You're just going to end it right there. Okay.
Okay, a special card for everyone else. The Three of Pentacles. This is about working together, understanding what. Yeah. Be very, very quiet.
It's the ultimate in secret cards.
I guess that would be.
Don't tell anybody that's your secret card. It's our secret.
All right, thanks, folks. Appreciate you being here.
All right, take care.